Hey friends, Mike and Jess here.
And welcome to Regeneration Nation TV, where we just got done reacting to We Can Change the World from the musical Rosie, featuring Miss Lucy Thomas. That was so magical. From the moment the screen showed up with her face, it was so bright. She's a very warm, just bright person as it is. Her blue eyes just pop through but just like draws you in for the performance. And then I'm just like hooked kind of.
Yeah, everything was like perfect about this video. Like the lighting, the setting. Lucy, like you said, is like very warm. It kept switching over to all of I want to say orchestra.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a very cool video, very warm, and just puts you at ease. What an amazing like story that they're telling here in this musical, and what an honor it must be for Lucy to pick up this role here and be on this soundtrack. I don't know the depth of her role exactly, if she's like the main star of the musical, or maybe she just does the musical performances. You guys will have to let us know. We tried to look up a little bit of context before the reaction, but still, you don't get the whole picture in like 5-10 minutes of research.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys can fill us in to the extent that she has a part to play in this.
All the deets.
But what you do need to know is that we have links for her down below, her channel, this original video, all down below in the description, the pinned comment. She's an up-and-coming star, and she's young. You need to support artists like this. And yeah, hope you enjoy our reaction. We're going to get into it.
Let's do it.
My heart is filled with joy. I sense a new beginning, a chance to build a brighter future, to move beyond all that we once were.
Jeez.
The road ahead is long, and many stand against us, but with the strength to find our own way, then step by step and day by day, I believe we can change the world. Leave all our doubts and fears behind us, and be who we were born to be. The dreams we dare to dream will guide us. Perhaps it sounds naive.
It's so like beautiful. Like it's one of those impactful songs. Like as soon as she said the chorus just now, that was just like super beautiful. I can't get over how gorgeous she is though. The backdrop, like she's glowing right now. Like it's just like perfect.
It's
the blue,
very well lit.
And then the blue in her eyes.
The color tones are like matching perfectly.
Yeah, they are.
As well. Yeah, it's kind of what I thought, it being a musical. I did kind of expect this tone, this pace of it, and it's like a studio recording as well, and everything's like perfect. Everything's, because I don't know, I'm not sure what I'm trying to say there, so I'm just going to keep going. I'll decide.
Perhaps it sounds naive. Perhaps I'm just a dreamer. But there is light beyond the darkness. We now have hope, and that is why I believe we can change the world. Break down the walls that now divide us, and be who we were born to be. With all who dare to dream beside us.
It's like, because it's a studio recording and they record everything and then they film this part, it's like her facial expressions, her body language, her eye movements, just like everything is just so perfect for the video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's very whimsical and just it's very fitting that this is from a musical because it is very just like movie like, you know?
Definitely.
To dream beside us. We can look back to yesterday when prejudice and hate stood in our way. We have to build a better world where all can see they can be free. Where love is love and that's enough. This is our time and that's why I believe we can change the world. Leave all our doubts and fears behind us and be who we were born to be. The dreams we dare to dream will guide us. Yes, I believe we can change the world. Break down the walls that now divide us and be who we were born to be. With all who dare to dream beside us, we can change the world.
Wow.
So I feel like even though that was just in the studio and that wasn't the recording of her singing in the musical live on stage, you got to see a preview of how she interacts with the audience or how
Yeah.
she performs that song and how she acts it out. Like, yeah, and her facial movements and even her hands and stuff like that. You kind of got to see like a little preview of how she would perform that song, which was super cool.
Yeah, it felt like we were watching a musical especially with her movements. It
Yeah.
felt it definitely sounded that way. It's not like a genre that I'm drawn to naturally to like listen to musical type performances like this. But the lyrics, like I love songs like this that have such a deep, impactful meaning
Yeah.
behind them. The story behind Rosie and just for Lucy to be picked for this role, like that's probably a huge honor for her. And I can only imagine how much it means to her to be put in this role to carry that torch, you know what I mean, for this.
Absolutely.
And then the song is very, very meaningful. But yeah, I mean, the type of music, it's not like I loved it. I love listening to anything with you here, standing here. It's just like a different vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's not something that I'm naturally drawn to, which is why I'm thankful for this music channel, because we get recommended things that are way out of my norm that would never come across my feed otherwise.
I had little reservations, but it definitely surprised me how much I did enjoy that, like more than I thought I would. Because I do like musicals. At first, I was just kind of like, am I going to like this song? What's it going to be like? But hearing the lyrics, like you said, it's so interesting to me to hear about historical figures and then putting something out there like a movie or why did I forget what this is? Oh my gosh, a Broadway musical about it. Somebody writing something about somebody in history. You see along the lines, it's always those people who stood out like outside of the crowd. They had different ideas that maybe people at the time thought were crazy, you know, like what are they saying? But it's something that's so inspirational because now you see it today and there's still people doing that. They step outside the norm. They're telling you that along the same lines, just we can change the world, you know, put all the hate aside, let love be love, just kind of those things along those lines. It's still going on today. Like somebody in history started that. It's just so crazy for me to think about all these historical figures who decided to step outside the norm and say something, you know. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's important that songs like this continue to be created year after year, decade after decade, because my more pessimistic side before in my younger years would be like, you know, there's songs like this being made, but there's no change. But the change is smaller than you would like it to be, but there is a change. There is a change in people's hearts when they listen to music like this. And slowly but surely, the more artists, the more, you know, producers, the more everybody who makes music and makes art like this, I do think that it has a bigger impact than we realize sometimes. And sometimes it's one individual that gets changed by something that goes forth, and it continues to have a ripple effect through time, you know. So I really enjoyed it for that, you know what I mean? I think I've been spoiled a little bit lately because we're watching a lot of live concert performances. So sometimes these pre-recorded audio, and then you get the video where they're almost like lip syncing it. It throws off my brain a little bit now.
Yeah.
And I used to not even pick up on things like that. But it's like at one point I'm like, I wonder if that microphone's even plugged in up there. Yeah. Because it's up there and it's like way over here.
Is it there for
and
show,
I know that
or is it?
I know that the audio is recorded before this.
Yeah.
So it's like she's not really, whatever she's singing in that room isn't being put out to what we're hearing on this.
Yeah.
So it was just it was tricking my brain for a second there. But other than that, I mean, Lucy has an amazing voice.
She does.
She's an up and coming star. And you should definitely go and support her. Go and support this musical. It's very deep, like filled with a lot of rich history.
Absolutely.
So it's something to definitely get behind and support. And she's definitely an artist that you would want to get behind and support.
And it's shocking that we found out, or at least I found out with you. I don't know if you knew this beforehand, but she's from the UK, and I had no idea. Yeah. And I was like, I have to listen to an interview with her because her singing is all we've reacted to. So I just assumed that she, you know, didn't have an accent or anything like that, because you can't hear not a single sound of that at all. So like when I listened to her interview, it's totally different than what I thought. So that was actually pretty cool to react to outside the channel. But yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all.
If you didn't know, now you know.
Now you know.
I'm sure most of you know.
Yeah.
But it's news to us.
Yeah. We're still new to her, so we're still finding out all these things. So that was pretty exciting.
All right, friends. We hope you enjoyed that reaction. Hopefully you go and support her, and the links in the description, pinned comment, all that. And we shall see you on the next one.
Bye, friends.
Peace.